Hello, this is Johnny Cycles of CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. Well, we have some things to do, so we'll keep it. We have ways to dig. We have a creature we want. He also provides us a little bit of ramp. So what are we playing? Lukka Surprise and Pioneer, trying to turn some Paradise Druids and Sylvan Caryatids into Progenitus and Atraxa. So we're 2-drop tribal. I played this deck in Modern with 1-drops with various Mana Dorks and Ragavan as one of my 1-drops. What do we want to see? We'll keep it. It's the best of our Mana Dorks because it has hexproof at all times. So if we end up tapping out with Paradise Druid to cast Lukka, then go to -3 targeting that Paradise Druid, they can kill it in response. So our question will be, do we want to go ahead and set ourselves up for a ramp? Do we want to Thoughtseize and Den of the Bugbear? So if we play the Forest into Sylvan Caryatid, the following turn we can run out Fable, or we can see this Den of the Bugbear is going to come in untapped or tapped. So we'll still only have 3 mana to work with. So Sylvan Caryatid into Thoughtseize Bitter Reunion maybe. Alright, looks like some sort of blink deck. Flash deck, I don't know. Maybe just white soldiers. So do Caryatid. Next turn we Thoughtseize in Paradise Druid or Thoughtseize Bitter Reunion. Or just run out of Fable. I'm not sure how good Thoughtseize is going to be against our opponent's deck. We might have... If they run out of Thalia, say Thoughtseize could snag a Collected Company or something, and we have we have a little bit of time for that. Okay, so this is Sword. I'm still trying to figure it out. They may reveal an artifact card from among them, put it in. Okay. So I feel like this is some sort of creature combo deck that I'm unfamiliar with. Bright Glass Gearhulk. Well, we got some time on that one. So, we could Fable and thought, no, we can't do that because this comes in untapped. Or comes in tapped, I mean. We could Bitter Reunion and Thoughtseize, but what do we pitch? Paradise Druid? I feel like the race is on here. We'll start with Thoughtseize, see what we're up against. Multiple Bright Glass Gearhulks. Haywire Mite. Collector Cage. Collector Cage is their next play. I think we take the Collector Cage. I think we're going to do this and pitch a land, actually, at the end of the bugbear, and hope to just find some lands. Okay, well, we did find a land. It wasn't exactly the land we wanted. We were hoping to get a black source so that we could have Fatal Push. But that does give us double red. So we'll see if they find a land or not. They do. So probably run out this Citadel. We know about the Haywire Might, which they can use to take care of our Fable of the Mirror Breaker. There's an... okay. I mean, if we cast Fable, they're going to run out this Haywire Might. Pretty sure. So, but we do need to dig. They're going to end up... they're one land away from starting to get these bright glass Gearhulks going. Okay, let's see. We've decided we're going to run out Fable. Does make me sad that no, we're going to just lose our... We're going to lose the digging aspect of it. We were hoping to find our Lukka with one of these two cards, and so far we have not. Granted, maybe they find a land and just run out the Bright Glass Gearhulk. We'd almost rather them get rid of the Fable than that, even though that seems inevitable. 2 artifact creature and or enchantment cards with mana 1 or less. Reveal and put them into your hand. So this is like the new hotness. 4 mana tutor up. Silver bullets seems really good. There's their land. Okay, so it looks like they're whenever an artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. Looks like they're probably going to go for the Haywire Might plan. Yep. We're under a lot of pressure. We really want this Fable to try to find a Lukka. I mean, we need, and even then, we're certainly not guaranteed any sort of some sweet synergies I'm seeing over there. That's for sure. Seems like they should have attacked with this too, but maybe they don't want us to double block. We'll take our beats. Well, we're getting to the point where it's like a Troxa or bust. Yep. So they had to draw the land. They top decked the land, and they got to do all of this. Yeah. Oath of Nissa. Well, that's a good draw for us. We might be able to find what we need if we can get a Lukka here off the top. It's a Lukka. So we're going to go ahead and get the treasure token. And then we can sack the treasure token to give us revolt. I think we might just be a little too slow right now. This land had come in untapped. But hey, if we find an Atraxa, it might be enough. It's Progenitus. It's not bad. Okay. This is what we got, homie. We got a Progenitus. We came to Progenitus, and we are Progenitusing. There we go. They, however, have another collector's cage. Okay. So 1, 3, 2, 4. So they're going for it right now. They get to look for 5. So this is, I wonder if they're going to Progenitus to match our Progenitus. They have 2 bright clay. They're going to just go, they're going for it. So that becomes a 3, 3. And that becomes a 4, 4. So they could put a +1/+1 counter on this, at which point we're incentivized to kill it. Big swing. So I think this is going to incentivize them to pull the trigger on this. And hopefully they don't find something. Are they attacking me? Because if they're attacking me and we can survive this turn, then we can always get another Lukka. Or we get another Lukka trigger. At which point we can actually do... Okay, yeah. Hopefully we don't just die here. If we get an Atraxa, what we want is an Atraxa. Emrakul is acceptable. We hit for 23. And they're dead. So Emrakul or Atraxa. Atraxa gains us 7 life if we live. If they don't have an answer. Let's see if they have an answer for one of our things with this 2 artifact creature and our enchantment cards. I'm trying to think if there are 1 mana enchantment cards that get rid of this Lukka. I feel like there probably is. Knowing the way that mana things have been pushed. Alright. I feel like it's now or never for us. We're going to have to... We really want that Atraxa now. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell ability opponent controls, put a +1. Okay. Alright, so what we need is Emrakul. Emrakul, haste, and they're at 24, not 23. That's unfortunate for us. There's the Atraxa. That could help a lot, actually. If we can find enough things to do. So we have 1, 2, 4, 5 mana. We want to sack this to give everything haste. hit for 17, go up to 11. There's the Emrakul. 4 card types. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So this costs 9. We're a long ways off from the Emrakul. Sorcery, land, instant, enchantment. So I think we're going to want to take a Torch the Tower, Sylvan Caryatid, Swamp, a Lukka, and a Fable. So then we can give everything a haste. Hit for 17 and go up to 11. Play a blocker. Fatal push something. That has Ward 2. And it's an artifact. There's a 1-mana artifact. So then we can have we'll have one blocker and a kill spell for this. So then theoretically we're taking 7. I think we just got to go for it and try to survive one turn. They take it. So they're going to get rid of our Atraxa. We're at 7. We're at 11. We're hoping that essentially they can't punch through enough damage. They're going to get rid of the Atraxa, then they're going to be able to swing for 5, 7. It's got trample. 8. So we're just going to have to try to withstand 3. I think we might be losing this. We're killing that though. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a tight race, I think. Everything's got trample. Yep. So they're going to put that trample on that. We're going to get a scry. Put that on the bottom. Alright, this is the game. Our opponent's got an interesting deck. They have multiple break glass, which makes me think if they have a land, they can just go... Well, they're going to cast this. They have 3 cards. We know about 2. I think we know about all of them. So they can go get another bunch of stuff, but they can't... they won't be able to cast it. So they need an untapped white source in order to do this and get those cards. They can cast this to get rid of the Atraxa, which is what I'm fully expecting. And then, but then I don't think we're dying. I think we're still going to survive because of the Sylvan Caryatid. I mean, we take 7, and we block with the... I assume they'll sacrifice a map token. Although that does explore for them. What did they sack? Yep, get rid of the Atraxa. They can try to explore their way into a victory, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think this is another game where we're going to want that Angel, even though they can answer it with this Dusk Rose Reliquary. What an obnoxious card. I'm so sick of Wizards printing things like this. 1 mana, exile anything. That's what it basically reads. Exile target artifact or creature. For 1 mana. It does come with the additional cost, but then it gets Ward 2. So you have card like a format full of, and they scoop it up. All right, Progenitus getting us there. I think if we had not attacked there, we would have not been able to win that game. They print 1 mana answers in a deck in a format full of like incidental artifact production. It's obnoxious. So what are they going to bring in against us? And how do we want to counteract that? Brotherhood's End seems like a fairly good, safe. Take out the Footfall Crater. World-Spine Worm is so good. So if it dies, and see they can 1 mana exile 15/15 Trampler. We're bringing it in though. Bringing in the Angel. We could just go for like, we can't trust that it's going to live, but, and then we probably just want more removal. A lot of removal. Let's just bring in all of our removal and then decide what to trim. Okay, 6 guards have to go. We brought in 4 Torch the Towers, 3 Fatal Pushes. How good is Thoughtseize in this matchup? Does snag the Bright Glass Gearhulk. Seems important. Let's trim an Oath, trim a Bitter Reunion, trim a Fable. We'll go back down 1, Torch the Tower. Are there any of these that are just not very good against our opponent? I mean, Emrakul, but Emrakul we could theoretically cast at some point. Go down 1 Thoughtseize and 1 Fatal Push. Alright. Opponent's playing a very grindy creature-based deck with a lot of cool synergies. See if we can't snag game number 2. Looks like I'll need to start playing a little faster because we're down to 12.5 minutes and they're at 16 and almost 17. It's just a 4-minute play difference in our game. I mean, it's just it's a lot going on over there. I've never played this deck before. I mean, we want to execute our game plan. We don't need to see a lot of sideboard cards if we can just find our ramp, Lukka, finisher. We know about their obnoxious answers for our finishers, so we kind of, Progenitus is a good one. Okay, 4 lands and a Bitter Reunion. 2 Bitter Reunions. I mean, we'll keep. We'll see if this is going to punish us. It's a slow start. Let's see what our opponent wants to do, though. They have a slow start as well. Torch the Tower. That's something. It gives us an interaction with this teething wormlet, which can grow out of control very quickly and gain them a bunch of life. I mean, it's a sweet card in their deck. But we're going to hopefully torch it, then do Bitter Reunion, pitching a land, and find what we need, which is creature and a Lukka. Because even if, let's say, I mean, the way our deck plays, right? We could easily just end up managing their board if we draw our sideboard cards and then die because we don't find our combo pieces. So I think we want to get rid of this one. Oh, Troxa. All right. Well, we're due. We're due for a little bad luck with this deck. This is game 2 of match 3, and we've not dropped a single game with this deck. And we've been lucky not finding finishers when we don't want them, when finding our pieces. But Troxa off the top isn't really what we want to see. Tapped out. We don't have any way to. We did not find what we wanted to. Let's just make that clear. Brotherhood's End would be great. Fable, just so that they can snag it. Fable. I think we just want a Bitter Reunion again. Do we want to pitch this Troxa though? What are the chances we will eventually get there? We need blue and white, which means we need 2 treasure tokens or 2 Sylvan Caryatids. Alright, well, those are 2 creatures that can tap for your mana of any color. Don't know if that's the right answer, but given that we really want to get to 7 mana, having more ramp seems like a good idea. We will get to 7 mana, not this on our turn. Another Collector's Cage, okay. Gosh, this deck. So many triggers. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're going to go Mana Dork, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the next turn be able to cast an Atraxa. And hope they don't have an answer. Hope if I tapped correctly, right? Yeah, I mean, we're behind. I mean, we're under a lot of pressure. And I imagine our opponent has a whole bunch of... I guess I should have at least blocked with the Sylvan Caryatid. I imagine our opponent has, some answers, plus they're about to do this, which is going to probably grow them out of... Okay, so they're going to get some angels. And I think we're dead. We're at 3. Alright, so at 3 life, unless it's an Emrakul, even then I don't think it's going to matter. We can block to gain to 7, go to 10, and take 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, well, sometimes you just don't find what you need. There's the Lukka. We needed that a little bit earlier. Alright, so for the now, I think being on the play, maybe we bring in the Duresses to fight against some of that artifact nonsense. I like the Othanissa just as it to dig more. Shielder's Edict seems bad there. It's a little bit. We still have some removal. Maybe we take out. Maybe we go back some number of fatal pushes because it can answer a Gear Hulk. Yeah, just unable to assemble our combo. That's what happened there. If that Atrox had been a Lukka, I think things would have been different. And Shielder's Edict, I think, is the wrong play in hindsight. They have so many small creatures. Two of our finishers in our opening hand. We can pitch them if that were to survive, but no, I think we gotta maul that. Okay, well, we have the Lukkas. We have no ramp. But we do have a way of finding some ramp. So, I mean, this is good. We're going to put the Herald of Eternal Dawn on the bottom. And, yeah, hope to race what our opponent's up to. I think we kind of have to take... Oh, Othanissa lets us... Alright, well, we got a swamp. It's not... We're very slow. And we don't even have a creature. So we are looking for creatures and ways to find them. 2-mana creatures, let's be specific, and ways to find them. Finding a... Oh, Brotherhood's in. We might have just needed to take the Copperline Gorge for the double red. I'm thinking only about Lukka. What we would like to draw. Bitter Union, perhaps? Or Sylvan Caryatid. Sylvan Caryatid would be nice. That would make me feel a lot better. It hits it be on time. And would put us in a swamp. That's not what we wanted. Okay, well, we're very slow now. Let's see if our opponent has an equally slow hand. This teething wormlet out again. Well, like I said, we were kind of due for a little shift of luck. We've been running kind of hot with this deck. So much pressure on us, but I mean, they have so many ways to pressure us, and then they have their own little finisher combo with the Collector's Cage to close out games. They whiffed. Yeah, just no help off the top. That's for sure. Lands and more lands. Wow. Othanissa, what was it? 3 lands? Yeah, I mean, I think the Othanissa was 3 lands, and then we drew 2 more. So they're desperately in need of something like a creature. That would be ideal. Yeah, this is surprising, reminding me of game number 1, where they were going off of this thing. I mean, there's no accounting flood, right? It is what it is. We're getting the wrong half of our deck in a big way here, but there's still time. Sylvan Caryatid off the top is what we're looking for, and it is another land. Wow. We still haven't even drawn into a second red source. Oh, okay. Yeah, we did. Okay, I thought that for whatever reason we could only get red out of this if we controlled a mountain, but swamp or mountain. Okay, we have our second red source. Thank God. But we still don't have a creature to use our Lukka with, and we're like dead. We're almost dead on board. We've done nothing but play Othanissa and lands because that's all we've drawn, our lands. We've drawn nothing but lands. So even at this point, we're looking at like we're just looking to play a Lukka Let It Die when they could just kill us instead. Or Brotherhood's End still wouldn't get us out of it. It would get us closer. Brotherhood's End or bust is what it is, and even then we'd be at 1. Yep. We can't cast spells from creature cards and graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. I mean, this is incredible. Even off of the Oath of Nissa, we just drew lands. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, well, that's a really disappointing way to lose our first match because that game was not competitive, and even a slightly. And maybe we should have mulliganed. I usually say if we have Lukka, we keep it. But maybe, I mean, in hindsight, we can't predict drawing all lands, but that's all we did. Just draw lands. Well, good game, and for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Sometimes it'd be like that. Catch y'all on the next one. Edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, please check out my website where you can read about my various commander brews, watch gameplay of my modern jank, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. And if you enjoy my content, please check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.